Hey guys, so if you follow my channel closely, you'll know quite a bit about hurricanes and when they're generally active. However, one thing I haven't covered yet on this channel is just how the behavior of a hurricane changes over time. That's right, today I'm going to be talking about just what changes between a hurricane in July and a hurricane in November. Now before we get to the video, I would appreciate if you'd like the video, subscribe to your channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Okay, so there are a lot of things that can change as hurricane season goes on. But first, going to go over why hurricane season peaks when it does. Now, hurricane season peaks in the first half of September, but there's usually elevated activity between mid-August and early October. There are a lot of reasons for this, but I'm simply going to talk about the main ones. First, ocean temperatures peak in the Atlantic in early September. And the reason for this is because water reacts more slowly to the temperature than air, meaning it takes longer to heat up and longer to cool down. Water temperature is important because if the temperature is above 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius, then a hurricane can easily sustain itself. But if it's cooler than that, then it won't be able to form. Second, wind shear, or wind going in different directions at different levels of the atmosphere, is lowest at about the same time. As a result, a hurricane doesn't have all this crazy wind tearing at it, and thus is able to remain intact. Third, these factors, along with many more, determine when peak hurricane season occurs. Okay, enough about the peak. What about the beginning and end of hurricane season? For starters, the environment is less favorable the further you go from the peak, so the storms are generally weaker and shorter lived. However, perhaps the biggest change is in the track. During August and September, most storms are African tropical waves that move west across the Atlantic and eventually either hit the Caribbean or even Gulf of Mexico, or they curve away from those areas, staying well out to sea. In October, however, this wave machine shuts down, and as a result, storms start forming in the Western Caribbean. In addition, they don't take as westerly of a track, so a Louisiana or Texas landfall becomes far less likely. Instead, the storms move to the north and then northeast, paralleling the east coast. Since Florida so conveniently sticks out into the middle of the ocean, it is right in the middle of this late season track, and as a result, October is actually the worst month for hurricanes in Florida instead of September. Another feature that changes during the shoulder season is dry air, and this is especially true early on in the season. During June and July, the same ones that create tropical waves push out loads of Saharan dust out over the Atlantic. Since dust has very little moisture, that's another thing that a hurricane needs to survive, this inhibits tropical storm activity. I actually made a video on these Saharan dust storms if you want to check that out. And with that concludes this video on hurricanes and how the time of year impacts their track and intensity. Again, I'm running out of video ideas, so make sure to leave any that you have in the comments of this video. You should be able to post them not too long after the video is posted. As always, I would appreciate it if you would like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for future content. Thanks and have a great day.